He was just fun to watch.
He had, 17? All on me in that first 5 minutes. Like,
You the craziest man I've never seen nobody do nothing like that, man. He literally choked our coach out, man. I saw Gary Payton control the referees, his coach, my coach, the crowd, the lady in the front.
Next thing you know, he gonna lock your guard the fuck up.
In my last video on Gary Payton, I broke down how he mentally dismantled his opponents with relentless trash talk, featuring NBA legends sharing their wildest stories about facing him. He wasn't just talking for the sake of it, he was getting inside players' heads, throwing them off their game, and dominating on both ends of the floor. But while his trash talk made him legendary, his actual game was just as ruthless. In this video, I want to take a deeper dive into what made Payton one of the most dominant two-way players in NBA history. Because I'm telling you, he wasn't just running his mouth, he backed it up with elite skills, earning 9 all-defensive first-team selections, and becoming the first point guard to ever win Defensive Player of the Year, a feat that took nearly 3 decades for another point guard to match. His lockdown defense, court vision, and underrated scoring ability cemented him as one of the greatest two-way guards of all time. From his defensive skills and playmaking to his underrated scoring and leadership, I'm going to showcase a collection of NBA legends and players sharing just how special Gary Payton truly was. And after this video, I want you to comment below where you rank Gary Payton on your all-time list. Enjoy the video, man.
I'll never forget, this is like a nightmare I still have.
I didn't want to go at him at the first time. I'm going to be easy on him. And then all of a sudden he said that and I said, uh-oh, the disrespect is okay.
We're playing, he's posting me up. I know he's spinning. I know he's spinning because that's what he does. He spins. So I was like, he spins, he goes to shoot it, and I blocked it. I'm feeling so good about myself. I said, get that out of here. He's running back, he looked, and I go, oh, shit.
He heard me.
Oh, damn. Did I just say that? Man, that man went on like a 20-0 run by himself.
We in LA, and Hubie loved Jay Will. He called him the bunny. The bunny. Get the bunny the ball. Get the bunny the ball. So this is when GP playing for the Lakers. So GP fouled Jay Will kind of hard, and Hubie, you know, the coach, man, and you know, GP like to talk. He gonna talk to me, you, the coaches, people in the stands. He didn't care. So Hubie said something to the GP. GP started cussing him out. Hubie said, man, he said something to him like, you better bring your lunch, kid, or something like that. you better bring your lunch.
Old
kid.
saying,
you better
yeah.
bring your lunch, kid. GP was like, huh? All right, I'm gonna see you after the game. I heard him say this before because he said it to me once, my rookie year, but that's a whole nother story.
Writing that down.
So after the game, if you've been to LA, everybody kind of walks through the same tunnels because the cars and everything is out there. So, mind you, I walk to the bus first. I'm just sitting out there waiting, you know, talking to people or whatever. So then Hubie, he outside the bus. So I see GP them coming. So I'm over here like, man, I wonder what G gonna do. I'm just kind of waiting. I'm just like, man, so we'll see what G gonna do. G walk up to him, and G, mind you, Hubie can't hear that good. He really can't hear that good.
87, yeah.
So GP comes like, talk that stuff now, you know, but he cussing. Talk that shit now, woo, woo, woo. And Hubie said, what you say? So he kind of leaned in. GP grabbed him by his throat, man, and started choking him, man. And we all like, no, G, no. We all grabbing him like, G, man, you tripping. Shaq them come over there and grabbed him like, man, you choking an old man? Like, I looked at G, I was like, man, you the craziest man I've never seen nobody do nothing like that, man. He literally choked our coach out, man.
It was an honor to play against the glove. I've never played against a better competitor. He was just fun to watch. And the thing I like about him the most, he talks to you the whole time, but he was so competitive. He was great offensively and defensively, and it was a privilege and a pleasure to play against the glove.
I don't think people understand what a great point guard he was. You know, I don't know if Gary Payton gets on that top 10 list of great point guards, but I think he's close. You know, he turned into being a very good point guard, and he's got to be one of the best defensive point guards ever to play the game.
I saw Gary Payton control the referees, his coach, my coach, the crowd, the lady in the front, the guy who was on the side of the Minnesota game sitting the bucket. He was controlling the whole game.
It's magical.
I watched GP back down the guard from baseline to baseline, talking the whole time. Shut your ass up. 4 up twist. Hey, get his ass in here. Hey, come up.
hey, you see the hand on the hip, call it if you see. Like he just,
That sound like it.
finally hit me. I'm like, how is GP managing all this? He talking to me. He calling the play. He throwing the ball like yo, and still scoring the ball, stealing the ball, effective in the huddle. He got the thing. He drawing it up. Yeah. I'm like, yo, GP to me was like masterful.
Ooh. Gary Payton.
Uncle G.
It was 7 minutes, 8 minutes of a ass whooping he was giving me. It was just one of those things where he had 17 all on me in that first 5 minutes. Like it was the first time in my career, like especially early career. You know, when you dominate high school, college. Shit? No, he wasn't saying nothing. That was a problem. that was a problem. He was just scoring. So it was like I got subbed out. I ran off the course so damn fast. Like, woo, man, oh, that motherfucker nice. Like it was one of those things. I was like, I don't think I want to go in with he in. And then he got subbed out, and Weber came in. I don't know who he is, but I can go against him. Yeah. Coach, I'm ready. It was one of those. At halftime, like when I got back in, he was like, "You lucky I ain't the AI type of. I would have scored 50 against you." Yeah, you right. I ain't gonna lie. What he was doing?
He was posting you up?
Everything. It was like driving, posting. We switch. Yeah, we switch. He got the big man on him. He posted him up. That's when I knew I was in trouble. Like he got Eric damn near switched on him. He backed him up, spent, faked it. And I'm like, ooh.
It's not just me.
Yeah. Ooh, this ain't the NBA I'm ready for.
Yeah, I was get the opportunity to play against GP. GP was like, and then as soon as we played against him, he instantly started talking. It was like, man, I've been watching this on like when I was little, like watching him talk shit and do his thing. So when we played against him, he was talking shit. It like got me hyped to like play against him and go even harder.
See, I think his. Soon as I got on the court, like when we started, we got the ball, and he did that little smirk. It threw me off already. Oh shit! I just picked the ball up. Like I'm not even near the dude. I just picked it up and threw it. Like I guess he already realized. Okay, he done. Like, I done scared him, so he ain't need to talk nothing.
Who's the best? I guess best or worst trash talker?
GP. I played with GP. I played against GP. He just didn't care. And the crazy thing about GP on the court, he was like that off the court. Like if he saw you in the mall, maybe that time I caught you up, big fella, and I gave you that thing, you went up there, and you almost put your arm out of socket. You can't call me, boy, I'm a Hall of Fame. I'm first ballot, boy,
I was in Portland. This one GP was in Seattle. And this one's like, you know, where we were just, as one of the Blazers, we were just starting to make some noise a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm up there, I'm talking big shit. I forgot who was guarding me, but I'm just talking shit. Like, hey, give me the ball, there's mouse in the house. Get this motherfucker off me, this and that. And so it was one time we were on the foul line. I think it was something, I forgot who was shooting the foul shot, but you know, we on next to each other on the foul line. And GP gave me his classic GP look. It's like, when you start talking shit? I'm like, man, I always talk shit. Just ask your big man. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, oh, that's the only time I really had any trash talking shit with GP. But no, he's one of them few cats. No, you ain't trash talking to him neither, because next thing you know, he gonna lock your guard the fuck up.
Tell you a story about the '96 Olympic team. We were playing an exhibition game before, obviously, the game started against a bunch of the up-and-coming college players. And it was at the Palace of Auburn Hills. And a lot like Dream Team 1, where they got ran out of the gym early against the, Grant Hills and Christian Laettners and those guys, Jamal Mashburn. We kind of took this team a little bit lightly as well in the first half. We were down by 20 points. And I remember Gary coming into the locker room and said, guys, this is unacceptable. Now, I know what I'm going to do the start of the second half. I hope you guys follow. He picked up whoever the point guards were, full court for that whole second half, and we ended up winning by like 18 points.
Oh, he ain't never seen nothing like this in college.
But if it wasn't for his leadership, and again, that defensive tenacity, I'm telling you, Gary brought it every day. every single day and night.
Thank you, GP.
Gary Payton is one of my favorite players all time. I love you, GP. Sorry we're not there to see you in person.
Interesting thing, we played Seattle like 2 or 3 times in playoff series. He talked more trash to his own teammates than he did.
He did.
And I had never seen anything like that. He can't guard me. Give me the ball more. I never seen anything like that.
And Reggie and Gary Payton and Larry Bird were the 4 best in my day.
Tremendous player, tremendous competitor, and also one of the great trash talkers of all time.
Payton with the steal and puts it down. And that apparently had something to say to Jordan. Payton and Jordan having some words, face to face.
Glove will talk smack to anybody. We'll talk about your mother, we'll talk about your father, we'll talk about your kids. He was a great competitor. He's the type that he would talk so much smack that you could never take it personal, just started being funny.
I mean, he was the type of person who wanted to tell you before the game what he wanted to do. So, you know, he was going to let you know, and sometime right there at the jump ball. So he would tell you, I'm going to beat you down, and I'm going to score 20 points on you and have 10 assists. There's nothing that you're going to be able to do about it. And he would go out and get 20 or 10 and do a pretty good job of it.
I just raise up on you. Raise up. Oh, he ain't never seen nothing like this in college. No, you cannot. See, you cannot do that. Wait, don't look at that.
I think it made you want to get back at him even more, but ultimately the real frustration came in how great a player he was, backing it up. That's when trash talking goes to another level, because if you trash talk, you can't back it up, you're just a clown.
First time we met, we're playing in Seattle, and I catch the basketball, and all I hear is, I can't repeat what he was saying, and I'm holding the basketball, and I'm looking at him, and then I had to turn around and like, is he really talking to me? Because he was talking so much trash.
Shocker.
Like,
hey, I had to do it.
I didn't know him though.
Yeah, Isaiah didn't even know who I was.
Really, I stopped.
No one knew who you were. You were just talking?
I stopped for about 5 seconds. The game was going on. I was dribbling the ball, and he was talking. And I picked up the ball just to like look at him.
We kind of joked about that, especially at the Olympics. The glove. It's he was handsy, but that wasn't really where it came from. That's the term is just that he would lock people up and hold them down. Consistent, tremendous warrior-like play. Every year, every game, every minute, every quarter, he was a tremendous basketball player. And again, I don't just mean dribbling, passing, shooting. It's being prepared to play, knowing your teammates, knowing your opponents, and being prepared mentally to play. And I think you got that every night with Gary Payton.
It's a tough one because you're talking about how to play the point guard and guys that could do a little bit of everything. And Gary Payton and John Stockton represented the 90s, this 90s decade in 2 very, very different ways. And so it depends on what kind of style of ball you'd like to play. And I played with Gary in Seattle and grew up watching him in Oakland at Skyline High School and then on to Oregon State and then his years in Seattle.
I felt that I was a pretty good basketball player and I thought I worked hard enough, but he showed me how hard you really have to work. And also he showed me, he toughened me up a little bit, being, a guy who likes to talk. He talked a lot of trash and he, would say, hey, you're not going to score. Actually, you're not going to get off a shot today when we do this drill. And I'm like, it's basketball. I can get a shot off. And he wouldn't let me get a shot off. And I was really hurt. He would, talk trash and like, you're going to go home and cry. But, the big thing was he said, he would never say it at the time, but he wanted to see if I would come back the next day. And I would come back, but I would, my ego and my game was a little wounded, but I would try, go right back at him. And until I got a shot off, and I thought, we'll take baby steps. We'll get a shot off. I don't care if it goes over the backboard, but we're gonna get one off. And then we'll work on hitting the rim and then go from there and eventually be able to score on him. And so he really helped me understand what it took to work hard and get knocked down, but get right back up and come back the next day. I'll never forget this. We're playing in Tacoma. This is, I'm in the NBA, and I'm playing for Dallas. I'm a rookie playing against Gary, and so we always, looked at each other, always said hi. But once we got, after the tip ball, we were, going at one another. And I'll never forget, he's posting me up, and I pretty much kind of know what he likes to do. So he went into his move, and I blocked it. And I told him, get that stuff out of here. But I didn't say stuff, and he looked back at me, and that was a big mistake. He went on like a 15-0 personal run, and then we ended up losing the game. So I went after the game and I said, hey, look, my bad. I had a mental block. I forgot who I was playing. I didn't mean to say that to you. He said, oh no, you woke me up, and that definitely helped me. But I said, don't worry about it, it'll never happen again.
Gary Payton.
No.
You never played with Gary Payton?
No. I worked on television with Gary Payton.
Oh, okay. You worked on TV with Gary Payton. Jalen Rose said that. Well, have you ever played against Gary Payton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on the Bulls. I didn't play that much. Well, I did play, but not that much. I played against him. I thought he was the best. I didn't know who he was when he came in the NBA. Let me tell you that, because I don't watch college, especially when I was in the pros. No reason. I hated watching film, so I really didn't want to watch it. So he came in the NBA and was loud from rookie year on.
Well, Jalen Rose said that he was the most hostile and angry trash talker he had ever encountered, and he would fight you.
It's like it's like an older brother to me. So there was a time at Michigan, even getting a chance to play in the Pacific Northwest, getting a chance to meet him and going to one of their games when I was in college. I always idolized the fact that he was a big guard. He's on the cover of Sports Illustrated when I was young, about trash talking. I wanted to model myself after that. And so on the floor, of course, he's going to have a level of confidence. And now that I've seen the commercial with Mr. Mean and I got a little bit older, I got a chance to meet him and understand where Gary's from, I understand why he had that level of toughness. But also, a lot of the things that he said would be usually things that you only heard in the alley or in street ball.
What was like the worst thing? What was the worst thing Gary Payton said to you in a game?
Well, the crazy thing is we got along. And so we were playing against them in Europe. I had just got to Indy. This was like 1996. I got traded there in the offseason. And just so happened we were on a European tour and played against Seattle 2 straight games. And all I know is this. This dude out there cussing at me like he ain't never seen me before in life. Like, I was just with him. I was just with him, Vlad, like 10 hours ago, having drinks. This dude like, you mother... I'm like, okay.
It's a strategy.
I'm like, got it.
He's trying to get you
Got
out.
it.
Trying to get you off your game.
Got it. And he's a player also. Think about it. So he's a future Hall of Famer. The strength of his game is defense and toughness. He talks a lot of trash and he's willing to fight you. Right?
Right.
What you gonna do with that?
What are you gonna do?
He's a hater.
He's a hater?
He will get in. This is a true.
And it's funny.
Okay,
sorry to interrupt you real quick, but me and Gary have been talking about doing an interview. So when I did the interview with Jalen, I hit him up. I said, "Hey, we talked about you. What did you say?" And I told him. He said, "Yeah,
Yeah."
LOL. Like he's like, I'm not going to deny that. Like,
but you wouldn't know if he really wanted to fight or not. So even like if you snapping, if you going back and forth and you joning with him, he's aggressive then too.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's an aggressive. His father was a coach of them in Oakland. I just talked to B. Shaw about 2 weeks ago. He had a hip operation, and back then watching Gary, I said, "Who is this kid?" He was like 6'9". He said, 6'5". He said, "This dude is no joke." And from Oakland, I said, posting Isaiah up. Y'all better get help on them. Y'all better get help on them. Hey, you can't guard me. I was like, who is this kid?
Why would you call him a hater?
Oh, what I didn't mean it hater when he got on the game. What I mean, not like, oh man, that dude, he's the type get on. Man, you ain't shit. I don't care what they said about you in the paper. You ain't that. He's that cat. But to the point where Gary will make you believe it. He make you believe he's telling the truth. Yeah, I won't bust your ass. Come back at me. He will make you feel this way. But he's the coolest dude in the world, and he can drink like a fish.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, where do you rank Gary Payton on your all-time list? So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and until next time.